Hey guys, we are back. It's another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the Colorado Rockies here on GM Games. It is Friday, August 1st, 2031, and your Colorado Rockies are 71 and 38, 3 games clear of the San Diego Padres' best record in the major leagues. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Aaron. I host a small YouTube channel called Around the World Sports. The people over at GM Games were nice enough to give me a platform to play a game that I love and that I've loved for years. So do me a favor and head over to that channel and check it out. At any rate, let's get to this. I want to get through the end of the regular season. I don't know if we're going to get in any postseason games here. We might. I might save. Well, actually, I'm not doing. That's right. I'm not going to be doing another live stream this week because I'm going to be calling a baseball game on Sunday. So back-to-back weeks with no live streams. So I think we'll try to get at least through the end of the regular season, and we'll see how long the episode goes, and then I'll figure out what I want to do from there. So we've been really consistent this year. Basically playing 650, anywhere from 600 to 700 ball every month. 16 and 10, 19 and 10, 17 and 8, 19 and 10. And that gives us a 71 and 38 mark. Did we do anything at the trade deadline? I don't think we did. I don't know. I don't remember. Let's look. I don't. Oh, right. That's right. We traded Gucher, Hennon, and Ruben Villa to get back Eric Aparicio, a pretty solid-looking 23-year-old minor leaguer, Juan Rodriguez, who's a power-hitting third base bat, and Gabe Briones, who we had to do some finagling to get onto our big league roster. So now we have 3 catchers on our big league roster, and that's because I'm not sure what the future holds for Drew Romo. The offense has gotten pretty bad here over the last few years. You can see it's dropped every year for the last 5 seasons. He peaked, back when he was 23. He had a really good offensive season, but it's been below average every season since. And really, I mean, it's now it's unacceptable levels of offense. So. Still plays very good defensively, but that's unacceptable levels of offense right now. So I think for the time being, we are going to strained Achilles tendon. Now I'll let him continue to field, but we will get Siegler out there and Briones out there. We're going to start rotating our catchers here a few times a week. We have Siegler starting against lefties. So, all right, cool. All right, well, let's get to August. So we got San Francisco followed by a very important 3-game series at San Diego. So game 1 of the month is a 4-3 victory. So we scored 3 in the first, and we're up 4-1 after 2 and managed to hold on. Drew Jones, another 2 RBIs. On pace for a casual 172 RBI season. Brubaker gets the win. Bullpen goes 3 2/3. Can we finish the sweep of the Giants? No, we lose 15-8. Who got the start in this one? Denny. Oof. Jim Denny. Not a good start. Bullpen obviously didn't help either, but that wasn't a good game for us. That was not a good game. Fisher drives in 4, B has 4 hits. There were some good individual performances, but that was ugly. All right, day off, followed by 3 at San Diego. Let's see how this goes. Last time we played in San Diego, we got swept. And it appears as though we're going to be swept again. No, we win the final game of the series. Jackson Lin, man, he has been a revelation with the bat. Wow, he's gotten even better. His eye and discipline looks like it just went up. Well, maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm just seeing things. But, yeah, man, look at those numbers. 2.1 WAR and 149 at-bats. Lito has 2 hits. Giolito. Yeah, Giolito, I mean, we're going to clear up $30 million next year really quickly when we decline the option on Lucas Giolito. So we got a 1-game lead on the Padres now. So we've lost a couple games here in the first week of the month. Now we get 3 games against Pittsburgh. There we go. 2 straight victories. Chris B, 7 home runs, 78 runs knocked in. He's hitting .370. Drew Jones, 2 more RBIs. Brubaker gets the win. Doesn't pitch particularly well, but gets the win. Game 2 against the Pirates. An 8-1 win, so that's more like it. B up to 374 now. I mean, does he have an outside shot at 400? I mean, he'd probably have to hit close to 500 over the rest of the season, but I don't know, man. He's hitting 374 right now. Castro and Romo each drive in 3. B homers twice, flashing a little power. There we go. Denny bounces back with a solid performance there. As we look for the sweep of Pittsburgh. We don't get it, so we're 4-4 this month. 3-game series at Miami. Make it 4-5 this month. 4-6. 4-7 this month. So let's pause real quick. So we're tied now with the Rockies for first place. So what's going on? What is going on with our offense? So Gleyber Torres hits his 400th, gets his 2,000th hit on the 9th, and then on the 12th, hits his 400th home run. So a good week for Gleyber Torres. Alex Gallardo hits 3 home runs. All right, so what is going on? I don't think, just to appease Tom, let's just take a look and make sure that our depth charts are set. They are. Against DH, they're not, but I don't know how many more games against the American League we're going to have, so I'm not too terribly concerned about it. Certainly don't want Castro. Who's going to be our designated hitter against lefties? I don't think it matters, really. He can't hit lefties. Ike Acker's probably the best option. Yeah. And it's not a great option, but it's probably the best option. All right, so that's been a rough stretch. 4 straight losses. We are 4-7 this month. 4-8. There we go. We finally snap out of it with a victory. Drew Jones, 3 hits. Lido, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, up over 300. Now has 20 home runs on the year. Newton picks up the win. He's been our best pitcher this year. I mean, there's no 2 ways around it. 32-year-old Grant Newton has been our best starting pitcher this year. This game is interesting. Final game against St. Louis. All right, so we bounce back with back-to-back victories. That's nice to see. Fisher, 2 hits, 4 RBIs. What's Jones' RBI pace? Down to 167. Looks like Romo homers and Lido homers. Fisher homers twice. Romo homers twice. And Lido homers. Oh, that's right. I forgot we brought in Tyler Glasnow. And he's been really good since we brought him in. I know he wants to be in the starting rotation, but, I mean, he's been good in the bullpen. And I think we'll leave him there. Does Tyler want to come back? I don't know if I want to pay him that, but these ratings as a bullpen arm, those are really, really good. If we make him a starter, yeah, his contract, his stuff drops down to 65, but it still plays really well as a bullpen arm. He's been good. He's been good. No complaints here. All right, so we're a game out of first. We got 3 games at Oklahoma City. Game 1, as we look for 3 wins in a row. Can we get it? We do. We win 8-3, so that's 3 in a row. Luke Lido has been hot as of late. He's up to 23 home runs. Ike Acker with a pinch hit, 3-run homer. Lido homers 2 more times. B hits his 10th. Giolito picks up the win, gets that ERA under 4. That's nice to see. Game 2 at Oklahoma City is another win, but we lose Brubaker for a couple of weeks. 3 more hits for B. Sal Stewart, couple of RBIs. Castro homers, Stewart homers, Brubaker gets pulled after an inning and a third. Danny Fisher picks up the win. All right, so Brubaker's got to go on the DL, or IL, I guess. And who is going to come up? Satterfield's been so good, but I don't want to pull that trigger just yet. So I think we're going to go to Spencer Miles. And I guess it doesn't. I think we're just going to stick Miles in the rotation. I don't want to mess with what's working for Glasnow. He's putting up a 2.86 ERA for us, 40 strikeouts in 28 innings. I don't want to screw with that. So we'll just make Miles our starting pitcher and see what happens. And we'll limit his pitch count. That way we can get to our bullpen quicker. So we win 6-5, so it's what, 4 in a row? Yeah, 4 wins in a row. We look for the sweep. Let's see what happens. We lose 8-7, and Joe Sullivan is down with a blister. All right, so we're still a game out of first place, but at least now we got 3 games against a bad Dodgers team. Of course, last time I said that, I think we lost 2 of the first 3 against them. So let's see what happens here. 13-7. Carter Smith is making great. He's gonna be back in 3 or 4 months. So we win 13-7. Stewart 3 hits, 6 runs knocked in. Ferguson drove in 3. Chris B had 3 more hits. Ferguson homers. Stewart homers twice. Newton gets hit hard, but the bullpen comes in, does their job. Excellent. Game 2 at Los Angeles. 6-2 loss, and the final game. Yeah, not good. Not good. Not good. We're a game out of first place. It hasn't been a good month. 9-11. 9-11. Can we finish over 500 this month? That would be nice. So we win there over the Mets. We walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. What happened? Drew Jones, an RBI single in the bottom of the 9th inning. Miles gets his first start and pitches well. 1 earned run in 5 1/3 innings. For some reason, we went to Luke Lito in extras. And he gave up a couple of hits. Blew the save. Peoples got the win. Game 2 against the Mets. Another close one. Another 1-run game. We win this one as well. Hits spread out amongst the offense. Ramirez has 2, B has 2, Jones has 2, Castro has 2. Denny picks up his 10th win of the year. Cortorial continues to be really bad. Peoples gets his 29th save as we go for the sweep. And we get it. We win 5-4. And Brubaker still dealing with elbow inflammation. That's not encouraging. Mookie Betts picks up his 2,500th hit. The 38-year-old Mookie. Sal Stewart up to 80 runs knocked in himself. The average is climbing. I mean, it's, again, if he ends up at, 255, 260, he's going to drive in close to 100 runs this year. I mean, I'll take it considering he missed most of last season with injury. Newton goes 7. Glasnow gets the save, striking out the side in the 9th. So I have a soft spot for Tyler Glasnow in this save at this point. So he's one of those guys that he was like Jamison Hanna early on. I never wanted to get rid of Hanna. I never wanted to get rid of Glasnow. So I'm glad we were able to bring him back. So 3 at Milwaukee. 6-4 loss. Oh man. Okay, Sullivan is now in, so we got to get Sullivan on the injured list as well. Oof. Do we have any other pitchers that we want to call up? Yeah, we'll bring Tunnel back up. All right, can we avoid the sweep at the hands of Milwaukee? We do. We win 5-4. So this hasn't been a good month. Has not been a good month. I think we have to win 2 of our next 3 to finish 500. Oh, we're at 500 right now. So we have to win we got to win both to finish over 500. So Ramirez had a great game, 4 hits, 4 runs scored. 3 hits and an RBI for Eichaker, a hit and 2 RBIs for Stewart. Miles goes 5 again. Bullpen comes in and does a solid job for us. Peoples gets his 30th save. So we get a day off, followed by 2 games at home against Arizona. Game 1. 7-1 win. Kevin Norman is eligible to come off the DL. We'll just put him on a rehab assignment for 1 day because we'll be able to call him up tomorrow. Lito, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Did B homer? Yeah, he did. 12 home runs, 94 knocked in for Chris B. He's getting better and better and better every year. So, and he was a Rule 5 guy. Victor Acosta, 3 hits. 863 OPS while playing great defense. Denny goes 6 shutout innings, picking up his 11th. Excuse me. So if we win this game, we finish the month 15-13. And we don't. So we finish the month 14-14, and we are 2 games out of first place. So, okay, so Norman is ready, so we'll call him up. So let's just sim ahead a day. Before we look at anything else, let's just come in here. Let's get Norman back in there. Oh, man, excuse me. We'll do our call-ups here in a second. Player development. Anything any good? Compton gets better, but still doesn't pitch particularly well. Darius Black is our first-round pick this year. He's doing okay in A-ball. I don't know if he's ever going to be anything. McElfresh, ugh. He was our number 1 pick a year ago, and he's going the wrong direction. Excuse me. Yeah, our minor league system is what they say lacking right now. It is lacking, that is for sure. Victor Moncada is our best prospect, and he looks pretty good, but he's our best prospect. All right, batter of the month in the AL, Nolan Jones. In the National League, Chris B. 438 for the month. He's hitting 375 for the season. Angelo Quiroz wins the AL Pitcher of the Month. Chad Horn, the former Rocky, finally figuring it out. Having a nice year for Milwaukee. Rookie of the Month is Quiroz. In the National League, Eric Hazelwood. All right, so we got to call a couple players up. And it's going to be players who are... I don't want to call up Compton and Satterfield. I mean, I guess Satterfield's on the 40-man already, so we may as well... Yeah, I mean, let's give it a whirl with Gabe Satterfield. We'll get him up. I guess we can call up anybody we want. We'll call up Mathis. Oops, he's already on the 40-man roster. We'll call up Mathis. Is there anybody else who's already on the 40-man? We can call up Rodriguez. I would say call up Sademon Parker, but, I mean, he's basically done at this point. I think that's everything. I think that's everybody we're going to call up. Yeah, we don't have a lot of talent in the minor leagues anymore. We're going to have to sort that out here over the next couple of seasons, I think. All right, so let's go in here. Satterfield we will list as a long reliever. Avoid high leverage. Spencer Miles will be long relief. Avoid high leverage as well. And then lineups. What are we missing? Oh, our shortstop. Ferguson. Acosta. Acosta because he's better defensively. And that's my concern is offense, not defense. And Acosta's already out there against lefties. All right. Okay. Okay. So let's, I guess, while we're here, we'll look at stats really quickly. Chris B having just a great year, 5.9 WAR, 10 for 10 in stolen bases. He's already got 50 doubles on the year. I mean, look at that line, guys. 6.9 WAR, on pace for 17 home runs, 115 RBIs, and 60 doubles. Lito's having a really good year with the bat. I mean, he's been, look at that consistency. I mean, that is crazy. Pencil him in between somewhere between 4 and 4.5 WAR every single year with the bat. That's a ton of value. Jones has dropped off a bit. He's on pace now for 153 RBIs, but I'll still take that. Ramirez having a good first full season. Was a Rule 5 guy last year, but in the starting lineup this year, hitting 345. Costa's been really good. I don't know that we're going to be able to afford him yet. His contract demands go way up. So we may look to trade him in the offseason, see if we can get some value there. Because we have Chris Ferguson, who is 25, got a lot of power in the bat, and can play all the infield positions. So we can move on from Acosta if we need to. Jackson Lynn's been amazing. I mean, granted, his BABIP is over 400, but 1052 OPS. Stewart continues to get more comfortable. Romo's been an abject disaster with that 41 OPS plus. Negative -0.3 WAR, and that includes his defense. So he's just been absolutely terrible. Pitching, it lists Denny as our most effective pitcher. I would argue that, you look at FIP, that makes sense. Denny has got a 305 FIP, a 131 ERA. Newton's got a 132 ERA plus, but a 421 FIP. Ben Guess has been bad. So I think I want to try something. I think I want to do this. Let's throw Satterfield out there and see how he does. Yeah, let's start highest rested. That way it'll go from Giolito down to Newton, and it'll give some of these other guys a chance to get rested. Yeah, Ben Guess has been bad. He's likely to be a casualty this offseason. 10-7 with a 5.51 ERA. Not good. Not good. All right, let's get to September. Game 1 against Arizona. 7-2 loss. We're 3 games out of first place now. We bounce back with a 7-5 win. B with a couple of RBIs. Newton goes 6, picks up his 12th win. Game 2 at Philly. Man, this has not been good. Wow, 10 runs in back-to-back games. Luke Lito got the start. What the hell? Then he doesn't make it out of 2. Game 1 against Cincinnati. Finally. But even that, we gave up 8 runs. Who got the start? Norman, his first start back, doesn't make it out of 3. Thankfully, the bullpen was fantastic. Well, Tunnel was bad, but Cordereal, Bello, and Glasnow, that's 6 1/3 innings. They struck out 13. Jones, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Ike Acker has 3 runs knocked in. Game 2 at home against the Reds. It's another loss, so we're 2-4 this month. We win there, so we're 3-4, but we're 4 games out of first place, so we could be staring at a wild card game, which I don't know. Feels like a step backwards, but we're still on pace for 100 wins, so I don't know. Ike Acker homers, Drew Jones homers. Satterfield's first start, he goes 4 1/3, strikes out 8. Okay. We got 3 games at Atlanta, who is one of the best teams in baseball. Let's see how this goes. Okay. So we get Brubaker back. So I guess Satterfield. mean, we're not in. Are we in a place where we might? Yeah, we have a 9-game lead in the wild card, so I'm not concerned there. I would obviously like to win the division so that we don't have to worry about playing in the wild card matchup, but I don't know that that's in the cards this year. Oof. Our pitching has been absolutely atrocious. Even in our wins, we've had one game where we've given up less than 5 runs this month. Some good offense. B has 3 hits. Acosta has 3 hits. Norman was better. Went 4. Ben Guest pitched 2 good innings in relief. I think we've given up less than 2 runs once. Yeah. Or we've given up less than 5 runs once this month. That ain't going to get it done. What I'm not going to do, though, is get frustrated, because I was frustrated last season when we won 91 games and we ended up winning the whole thing. So, I'll take it as it comes this year. Let's see how things go at home against Chicago. 6-4 win. Drew Jones, 3 RBIs, up to 140 runs knocked in. Ramirez, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Giolito goes 6. I mean, he's 12 and 13. I mean, he's supposed to be our ace. Game 2 against the Cubs, 10-4 loss, and Game 3. 4-3 loss. Wow. Okay. Let's get Castro back out there. It's short. Not good. So, there we go. That was our best win in a month. 13-1. Jones with 5 runs knocked in. Romo with 5 runs knocked in. Ramirez hits his first home run of the year. Norman pitches 2 and gets kicked out of the game. Guest pitches 2, gets the win. And I'm going to save. And, guys, I will be back in. All right, we're back. Just got the news that the Patriots cut Cam Newton, so I was doing a little, I guess, I don't know what you want to call it, shock reading of Twitter, I guess, for lack of a better term. Anyway, let's get going. We're 5 games out of first place. We just beat Washington 13-1. And let's see what happens. Game 2, 10-3 wins. The offense comes to play back-to-back games. And then pitching is pretty good, too. Only 4 earned runs in the last 2. Fisher, 3 hits. Luke Lito with a monster game. 4 for 5, 4 RBIs, 2 home runs. No, 1 home run for him. He's got 26 now. Is that a career high? No, 29 last year was a career high. Newton picks up the win. Again, 13-5 now. Final game of the month, or final game of the series against Dodd, who's that big strikeout guy, and we blow out Washington in this series. An 8-1 win. Dodd is that guy who struck out like 350 batters last year. Yeah. Giolito outduels him this time though. 5 2/3. Tyler Glasnow. I keep looking at his stats because I'm happy he's back with us. Pitching really well. Has a bullpen arm for us. Fisher hits his 20th. Stewart hits his 22nd. So Fisher didn't give us, I mean, yeah, he's a 1.4 win player. Wozniak had been around 7.5 WAR, so that's 15% roughly of the 15. No, it's more than that. It's about 20 to 25% of the value of Wozniak for 5% of the cost, I guess. I mean, that's me trying to justify getting rid of probably one of the top 2 players in team history, but whatever. Let's move on. 3 games at San Francisco. So we got 3 more games against San Diego. So we got a shot if we can continue to win here against San Francisco. 7 runs, 6th inning. Who got the start and didn't make it through 3? Brubaker. Bullpen does. Wow, bullpen was really good. That's 6 shutout innings, striking out 10. Satterfield picks up his first major league victory. Hopefully the stamina increases a little bit. I want him in our starting rotation next year. Ike Acker and Lynn homers, so the young guys come in and get it done for us. 2 pinch hit home runs. Pinch hit grand slam for Ike Acker, and then later in the inning, a pinch hit 3-run homer for Lynn. That works. Game 2 against San Francisco leads down to 3. So if we can, okay, so we lose that one. Here comes Provolone. He's back. We got a ton of pitchers on our rotation in our bullpen right now. So we lose 2 in a row. We're 4 games out. So we have a shot. I mean, if we can sweep San Diego here, get us within a game. So let's see what happens in game 1. But we have to sweep them. All right. So it is the wild card for us this year as we now lose 4 straight games. And we're not going to win 100 games again. We did have a better year than last year where we finished 91 and 71. So we do have more victories than last year, but we are not going to we're going to have to get there through the wild card just like we did last year. Stewart hits his 23rd, drives in 3. Glasnow gets the win. Peoples with 35 saves now. So a day off. Are these our last 3? 95. Yeah, these are our last 3 games of the regular season. Let's see how they go. Game 1 at Pittsburgh. 3-1 win. So good pitching performance. Ferguson's average down to 203. He's really struggled over the last couple of months, hasn't he? Yeah, look at that. 183 and 194. 183, 194, 103 over the last 3 months. That ain't good. Who got the start? Norman picks up his first win of the season. That's what I like to see. Bullpen does a nice job. Game 2 at Pittsburgh. Kumar Rocker 6 and 16. Well, I guess he's 7 and 16 now. And the final regular season game of the year, and we finished the year 96 and 66. It wasn't all that talk at the beginning of the year. Wow, we were 25 and 28 the last 2 months of the year. Our pitching staff wasn't good. We're going to have to retool it in the offseason. I can't believe that. But we're going to have to retool our pitching staff in the offseason. It just wasn't good. Oh, good. He's out for a week. He's injured. All right, so we have to set our playoff roster. So Cordereal is going to come off because why would it take... Okay, so Glasnow's coming in. What? Really? Okay, Tunnel is out. Richardson is in. Mathis is out. Ramirez is in. Norman is... Miles is out. Norman is in. So, all right. I guess we go with this, though, right? I mean, that makes the most sense. I don't want either of them pitching. Glasnow I want Glasnow as a stopper. We're going to get Tyler out there as much as possible. He's been really good for us. 152 ERA plus, 72 strikeouts in 47 innings. So who's going to be pitching for us? It's not going to be Giolito because he's out. It looks like it might be Brubaker. And that's not ideal. That is certainly not ideal. Yeah, okay. I guess we'll go with Briones as our catcher. As our backup catcher. I'm okay with that. He was 8 of 29. So he hit a little bit. All right, so let's look at stats. So Denny ended up with 6 wins. He was 11 and 11, but ended up as a 6-win pitcher. I'm not sure how that works out, but that's fine. 2 pitchers with more than 200 strikeouts, Denny and Giolito. Giolito, I mean, he was fine, 13 and 13 with a 4.29 ERA, good for 4 wins, but I mean, we're paying him $30 million, so we won't be paying him $30 next year. Brubaker's, what was likely his final season with us, was by far his worst. ERA went up by almost 2.5 runs. And I think he wants... I mean, this number's come down because he's been bad this year, but we'll see what the offseason looks like. Newton has been good. I mean, I don't know that he's a long-term solution because he's 32, but he was good this year considering what we paid him. Guess was really good once we made him a bullpen arm. Didn't give up a run in 12 2/3 innings. 10 hits, struck out 15, so he was really good as a bullpen arm. So I think we'll make him a stopper too, and we'll bring him in 7th and close. He's 8th or close. All right. Sullivan we've had a lot of success with Rule 5 guys, and he was another one. 65 games this year, struck out 101 in 83 innings. Peoples was fine. He sort of solidified our closer role, which is something that we hadn't had for a while, so that was nice to see. We talked about Glasnow. He was really good for us. And then the rest of our bullpen was okay. Satterfield got 21 strikeouts and only 2 walks in 12 innings. He was quite good. Richardson was still not all that good considering his ratings. That trade really came back to bite me in the ass. How did Pinnell do this year? Oh, good. He only hit 35 home runs, drove in 104 runs. Well, whatever. It's fine. Our offense wasn't a problem. So, so our pitching staff was okay. I wouldn't surprise me if we lose this game, though. Wouldn't surprise me if we get knocked out in the wild card. We'll just sort of see what happens. Offensively, Lito and B each put up almost 6 wins. Luke Lito had his best offensive season at age 28. As our leadoff hitter, put up a 420 on base percentage, 533 slugging, 131 OPS plus. He was really, really good. Really, really, really good. Chris B had his best season, led the National League in hits and doubles and batting average. He's going to get expensive next year, but we have the money to afford it. Drew Jones had his best season. Maybe not from a WAR perspective. This 2029 year where he hit almost 300 was fantastic. But, 34 home runs, 146 runs knocked in. He played very, very good out in center field. We have him locked up long-term to a reasonable contract. 3 more years after this, and then he gets an opt-out. But it's $20 million for that. I'll take it. Ramirez had a really nice rookie campaign, or I guess first full season. Acosta was good. Just a great signing, $1 million. We'll probably look to deal him in the offseason because of what he wants to make. Jackson Lynn was very, very good in a backup pinch hitter role. Willie Castro, when he played, was good. He didn't play much because he was hurt all the time. Sal Stewart bounced back after missing all of last season. Put up almost an 800 OPS. A little below average OPS plus, but I think he'll be fine going forward. He's still a pretty good defensive third baseman, so no issues there. Danny Fisher's rookie season was a success, I would say. Almost an 850 OPS. The gap power and the home run power. 48 extra base hits. He was fine. Ike Acker had a good first full season. We finally gave him a shot in the majors, and he came through. Came through in a backup type role. Ferguson really struggled down the stretch, but provided some power from the shortstop position, which you don't see a lot of. So hopefully he gets better next season. And Romo was a nightmare. Pipeline. Victor Moncada, again, he's our top prospect. He'll be called up probably next season. Get some time starting in rookie ball. Real is in A ball right now, and he was okay. I don't know that he's ever going to turn into much with that changeup. I don't know if that's ever going to develop, but Newman is a trade chip because he's 26. I don't know what kind of value he has. We'll probably look to move him. Andy Powers. Honestly, we could move on from Chris B and make Andy Powers our starting left fielder next year. He's basically the same player, although his contact, his gap power, everything projects to be better than what we're getting from B. So that's a possibility. That's something we could definitely do next year. Satterfield we talked about. McElfresh we talked about earlier. He's struggling. Compton will be up next season, whether he's earned it or not. It's just time. He was our number one pick 3 years ago. It'll be 4 years by the time next season starts. It'll be time to throw him out there and see what he can do. David Rodriguez didn't hit particularly well. Hector Escudiero was a scouting discovery. He looks pretty good. I don't know that he's ever going to field well enough to be anything other than a corner outfielder, but he looks pretty good. Dan Smoker, a 10th round pick. Okay. Jamie Callahan was our first round pick a couple of years ago. He's in high A ball. He'll probably start next season in Double A. Yeah, he could be up. He'll probably start next year in Double A. He wants to be in the majors, so we'll see what sort of development he has over the offseason. But he could be one of our catchers next year, or at least in the mix. I mean, he's hit both at A ball and high A ball through his first 2 years. So, if he hits 230 with that gap power, home run power, and eye and discipline, he could easily be an 800 OPS catcher. So we have somebody in the system. All right, well, let's take a look at anything here we need to look at. No. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and sim this game, and we'll see what happens. So it's Steve Daniels, 10-7 with a 3.33 ERA. Second season for the Phillies, 139 strikeouts and 124 innings, 137 ERA plus against Tanner Brubaker, who was not good this year. So do we advance or does our season end? Let's see. We advance. We win 1-0. So Tanner Brubaker getting it done. Only run of the game, scored on a Danny Fisher home run in the second inning. Brubaker goes 6 shutout. Gas pitches 2 shutout. Peoples gets the win. All right. So we advance to the National League Division Series. We're probably going to be taking on the Padres, I would imagine. It's fine. He's not on the roster. That's the American League. Yep, we are taking on the San Diego Padres. Mitch Keller still plugging away for the Padres. He's now 35 years old. He's going to be taking on Jim Denny in Game 1. And we win 3-2, and we take a 1-0 series lead. Sal Stewart, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Castro, 2 hits and an RBI. Denny goes 6 shutout. And we take a 1-0 series lead. Game 2. Giolito against Chris Cood. 18-4 with a 2.83 ERA against our number 5 starter. And we win again, 7-1. Fisher with another home run. Castro, 2 more hits, 3 RBIs. Willie Castro he's built for the postseason. Newton, 7 1/3, 1-hit baseball. Satterfield strikes out 3 in an inning and 2/3. Can we sweep the San Diego Padres? Jagger Haynes against Lucas Giolito. Let's see how Game 3 goes in Colorado. No, we lose that one 5-4. They score a run in the 10th. 2 RBIs from Fisher. Camposano, 3 hits, 2 RBIs for them. Rock Riggio has a couple of hits. Giolito pitches a third of an inning before he gets knocked out with an injury. That's not good. All right, so Weathers against Brubaker, or are they going to throw out the same guy they threw out in Game 1? Nope, it's going to be Ryan Weathers against Tanner Brubaker here in Game 4. And we win. We win the series. We move on to the National League Championship Series against the 102-win San Diego Padres. And we win this one handily, 10-4. Drew Romo batting second. Okay. 4 hits, 4 RBIs out of the number 2 hole. Chris B, 5 for 5. Drew Jones has 2 RBIs. Brubaker goes 5. Bullpen was very, very good. All right, so we're moving on to the League Championship Series. Who are we playing? as we look for back-to-back World Series championships. And I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to jinx ourselves, but we will see here who we're playing. Come on. We are taking on, that's not a surprise, Atlanta. So Giolito suffers a setback. So, can we... Do we want to? Do we want to bring in another pitcher? How many pitchers do we have? We have 15. Yeah, no, I don't think we need to bring in another pitcher. I think we're okay. Oh, and it's day to day. It's not, and he's out injury. All right, so Christian Nunez against Jim Denny. Nunez 10-7 with a 4.61. Let's look at Atlanta really quickly. 98-64. Second best offense to us. Pitching staff middle of the road, just like us. Couple of injuries for them to two of their starters, so that's not good. Well, not good for them. Acuna still going strong at 33. Man, he is a beast. 494 home runs, 2,100 hits this past season. 36 and 124, 8.3 WAR. Eloy Jimenez still there. Ozzie Albies still there. So a lot of familiar names. Game 1 goes to the Rockies. We win 10-5. 5-run fifth inning. 3 hits for Chris B. 2 hits, 2 RBIs for Jones. Danny Fisher coming to play this postseason. 2 hits. He's got 8 RBIs. Drew Romo saying, hey guys, don't forget about me. 3 hits, hitting .417 this postseason. Denny picks up the win, and we are 1 up in the best of 7 in the NLCS. So Lucas Giolito against Logan Gilbert here in Tanner Brubaker against Mike Snitko. Snitko 12-9, 5.87. Brubaker's 2-0 this postseason, and we are up 2-0. And we lose Brubaker. That one's going to hurt because he had been good in the postseason. 2.45 ERA. Thankfully, the bullpen came in and did their job. Home run for Lido. 5th home run of the postseason already for Danny Fisher, hitting .500. So we look to go up in a commanding manner, 3-0. As we win both games in San Diego, or we win both games in Atlanta. So now we've got 3 straight games at home. Game 3. And we lose game 3, 7-5. Lido has 3 RBIs. B goes 4 for 5. Newton got the start, went 2 2/3. So will they pitch Giolito? It's a substantial injury to his throwing arm, so I can't start him. All right, so let's get him out. Norman pitched yesterday. Who do I start? Shoot. Sullivan? All right, here you go, kid. Let's see how you do. Let's see how you do in Game 4. We have a 2-1 series lead. We still have home field advantage. We won the first 2 games in Atlanta. Let's see how this one goes. Series is tied at 2. We lose 6-5, and now I think we might be in a little bit of trouble. Our pitching staff is kind of a mess at the moment. Sullivan went 5. Let's go to tomorrow's game. Is Denny set to pitch? Yeah, he is. Okay. Well, we need this one. We absolutely need this one. And we get it. We win 7-6. Lido goes 3 for 4 with 4 runs scored. Jones drives in for... Denny only pitched 2 innings. Wow. Giolito pitched. Are you kidding me? All right, so we get a day off before Game 6 in Atlanta. We have a 3-2 series lead. So let's go through here and let's see who's going to be starting, because it said Brubaker, but Brubaker can't start because he's hurt. So, He's out for a week, so it can't be Brubaker. Newton. I think it's got to be Newton, right? Yeah, it's got to be Newton. It's got to be Newton. All right. Well, hopefully Grant Newton can continue what he's done during the regular season. And we win the series 4-2. Danny Fisher wins the MVP, and we're going back to the World Series. We win this one easily, 10-2. Danny Fisher, 4 for 5, 4 RBIs. Jones drives in another 2 runs. B with another 3 hits. Luke Lito gets this. I don't know. I guess I don't know how the game does this or why the game wouldn't start Newton. But Lito goes 7 shutout innings. He hasn't started a game. He started 1 game in 2029. He started 2 in 2027. He started 1 this year. Gets the start in this one. And pitches 7 shutout innings. I'm not going to complain. It's just the things that make up a championship season. So we're taking on the Texas Rangers. There's an unusual team. The 87 win Texas Rangers with a bad offense and a good starting pitching staff and an average bullpen. Yeah, their offense is not really all that good. They've got a couple familiar names. Bo Naylor's there. Francisco Lindor, 37-year-old Francisco Lindor now. Nico Horner, Parker Meadows. So they've got some names, but they're older names. So we have to... How much longer is Brubaker out? He's still out for a week. I think we just pull him off the postseason. We'll put Spencer Miles there. Giolito's healthy, so we can get Lucas back into the rotation. Put him there. Norman is not healthy, or is not rested, so we'll just... we have 2 days before we have a game, so we might be able to switch things around here, because I'd rather not have Sullivan in the rotation if I can help it. All right, so now let's look at our pitching staff. Everybody's rested. Good. So we can put Norman in there. We can make Sullivan back into a middle relief. Middle relief. All right. I think that's going to be it. So let's get to the World Series, shall we? World Series number 2 in a row. Bob Melfi. Very, very good. 10-5 with a 3.61 ERA against Lucas Giolito. Let's see if Lucas can do what he did last year. We take a 1-0 World Series lead. We win game 1 6-3. 2 hits, 2 RBIs for Ramirez. Giolito goes 5. Ben Guest, 3 shutout innings to pick up the save. Richardson gets the win. Game 2. It's going to be Mike Tietjen. Mike Tietjen. 10-5, 407 against Jim Denny. Series is tied at 1, so we win 1 game at home. We lose this one in extras, 5-4. Jones has 4 hits. Stewart hit a home run. Yeah, Sal Stewart hit a home run. Denny didn't pitch badly. 5 2/3, 10 strikeouts. Tyler gave up a run in 2 innings. Peoples gave up a run in 3 innings. All right, so now we go to Texas for Game 3 of the World Series. Would this be their first World Series, the Rangers? I don't think they've won one yet. I don't want their first one to be against us. That's for darn sure. So Kevin Norman against John Williams. 10-9, 450. And we are up now 2-1. We win 7-5. Just Danny Fisher, man. 3 for 3, 6 RBIs, doing his best Sam Wozniak impression. Norman goes 3 1/3, but that's okay. The bullpen comes in and gets it done. 5 2/3 of 2-hit baseball. Game 4, as we take home field advantage back and we look to take a commanding 3-1 lead. Grant Newton on the mound. And we do. We win 5-3, and we are 1 game away from our 2nd straight World Series championship. Chris B, 4 for 5. Jones, 2 hits. Newton goes 6. Guess 2 more shutout innings. Peoples his 3rd save. Ben Guess is making me reconsider what I want to do with him next year. We'll cross that bridge later, though. As we look to win the World Series on the back of Lucas Giolito against Bob Melfi. Game 5. 3, 2, 1. And we're going to have to play Game 6 at home as we lose 5-1. Giolito goes 6 2/3. He wasn't terrible. Only gave up 4 hits. But we now have to go home. We have 2 games at home. We win 1, we win the World Series. That's what it boils down to. We need to win 1 out of 2 at home to win the World Series. And we have Jim Denny on the mound here in Game 6. And we do it. We win our 2nd straight World Series championship. Danny Fisher named the NLCS MVP and the World Series MVP. Danny Fisher getting it done in the postseason. 2 hits, 26 runs knocked in, and 11 home runs in the postseason for Danny Fisher. 17 games, 11 home runs, 26 runs knocked in. Wow. Jim Denny picks up his 3rd win of the postseason, and we do it. We win another World Series. So what that means is the next episode, Sunday's episode, which will not be a live stream, Sunday's episode will be the off season. And yeah, so we do it again, guys. We win our 2nd straight World Series, our 3rd overall in 11 years at the helm of the Colorado Rockies. So let's go in here and sim ahead a day so that we can see our name at the bottom there. There we go, Colorado Rockies. So let's get up to the off season. And that's going to do it for this episode, guys. So again, next episode will be the postseason, or will be the off season rather. Another great season for us. Back-to-back World Series championships. And next episode will be the attempt for the 3-peat. So I appreciate you watching, guys. I appreciate the support. Talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.